be cautious about getting attached to a particular scenario. Um, because, you know, like we were talking about earlier, how the porn industry gets really set on one specific image.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times when people have a set of fantasies and no outlet to explore them, they turn to porn.
Yeah.
And so they look at porn and that and they see a lot of porn all on this subject that all has a very particular way of going about things. And so, you know, being able to actually break apart the different pieces of it and be like, oh, you know, what if we volunteered for a community drag show? Or what if, you know, you tell me to wear panties to work? Or you know, what if I try on some like fake facial hair makeup? Or, you know, what if, you know, you tell me how naughty I'm being and you know, make me do this thing or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like all of those are different distinct pieces, and sometimes someone might pull all of them together in their head to be like, okay, this is what I need. And then suddenly it becomes like, I need my partner to play out this very particular role,
Yeah.
which they have no experience doing
Right.
and have not practiced and have not explored. Like, you might, maybe you've read a ton of books on it, but your partner probably hasn't.
Yeah.
And so if you come into it with a script completely written that you're handing to your partner and you're saying, here, do this, like, that can be overwhelming, and it can also be a very unrealistic way to go about relationships, no matter what you're talking about.
Yes.
If you're talking about like sex play or like division of household labor, right?
Right.
um, and so like, instead being able to like, you know, bring your partner in partnership and explore it together can make a huge difference. And being able to say, like, here's some of the things I've been looking at. Do you want to read this book? Finding something that's like less threatening or only has pieces of it can be helpful. And then talking through, like, I don't know what this means. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
But like, can we figure this out together? It can make things really different than being like, you know, I want you to take on this particular role in a very particular role play.
Yeah.
Because you know, sometimes people just aren't into a particular thing, right? You might have a very kinky partner who's like up for doing any number of kinky things, but they don't want to have a 24/7 ownership relationship with you.
Right. Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that they're not okay with it or that it's a problem even. It just means that you have to figure out what about that dynamic you want and how you can take those pieces and where they do fit into the relationship you have.